how would you say the social services field change the way you parent, if that? Because I understand that you leave it at home, but I'm sure like it's your everyday.
Oh
It's a
yeah, because
part of your ethos in a way, right? Like,
yeah, it is. I am both a I don't want to say hyper vigilant. I think I'm a very overly aware mom, but then, well, yeah, to start out with that, I'm overly aware, and that has a downside because as much as I like to be aware of what's going on, that I can teach my son, it's also kind of like now when I go outside, I'm just like, darting for like every, possible. And that's frustrating because like that energy could be spent, like focusing on my son and being in the moment with him. But then also like it's helped me to try to find ways to connect with him better, and parent him better because I don't ever want him to feel like he can't come to me and talk to me or he can't be open with me. Like I'll tell him, you can come to me and tell me anything. Let me worry about my feelings. Let me worry about my emotions.
mm,
Yes, I may be upset sometimes. Yes, I may be disappointed. I may be frustrated or whatever, but let me worry about that as long as you come and feel it's a safe space to come and talk to me. Tell me, because I want him to know that like I want my son to be independent, but I also want him to know that like there's like he has community.
mm,
Like there's nothing wrong with going out in the world and wanting to like I don't know, and not kind of like just be all over the place, but there's nothing wrong with finding where you fit in the world, in the safest way possible that doesn't hurt
mm,
other people and yourself, but then also knowing that like you have community and you
mm,
have people that you can go to and like because it doesn't just have to be me, it can be like his my dad, it can be his my mom, it can be like whoever he feels close to, so it helps me to parent him and better and to know and be stern with him but also to like I don't know, be like, I want to show him tough love doesn't just have to be like, it can be, let me embrace you.
yeah.
And
But I think
it,
that it's a beautiful thing that of what you're doing, because at the end of the day, you're trying your best. Uh, but I think that like, and this is a personal opinion. I don't know how people are gonna take this, whatever. I feel like you being the woman in his life, like I feel like that's more than enough. You know what I'm saying?
I
But
hope so.
but I also do feel like society will have his own like position for him.
Oh,
And
yeah.
depending on how he will respond to society will determine his position in society.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
absolutely. Yeah, no,
Like for like
I agree with that. I think, something that like, was a tough process for me to do was to like, one, I'm going to say this in two parts. One, surrender my son to God, right? And when I mean that, I mean just like understanding that like I can't be around him 24/7. I'm not going to know what he's doing all the time because, I was a kid and I grew up and, like there's some things I didn't tell my mom until like, last week. so,
like
so
you remember
no. She's like, no, not really. I'm like, oh,
well I do.
so we covered this. So, but so one doing that, and then also trusting that, like, I'm not perfect, so I'm gonna make mistakes with parenting him. I'm gonna make mistakes. I'm not gonna get it right all the time. I can be honest with him in that journey, but also again letting him know that like me making mistakes doesn't absolve me from being your mom and like telling you certain things, sometimes things that you're not going to want to hear, it's okay. We'll get through it. But like, yeah, I forgot the question. I'm so sorry. I think we just kind of went
weaved into so many different
so many
ways.
different
Nah, I hear you. Sometimes we can get lost in conversation, right? Like when it's good
when
conversation,
it's good
but it's
conversation.
also
Yeah.
just understanding of like, sometimes we all have these things going on. We just don't tend to verbalize it as much. That's why I love this podcast. I get to speak to so many different people. I get to hear their stories, and I think
Yeah.
that I tap into their frequency just enough so
Mm-hmm.
that they can display that.
Oh,
Like I try my
appreciate that.
best to do that.
Oh, you do that. You
Yeah.
do. I think you do. I think you provide a platform for people to, because they seem, the guests that come on your show are very comfortable and very like, it's a very flowy, conversation. I was telling my brother about it when he's in Japan. Shout out to Mordecai. He's in Japan. He's in
Wow.
Austin. So yeah, I know.
His name is
His
Mordecai?
name is Mordecai.
That's a
Yeah.
fucking badass name.
And he's a badass too.
That's fucking awesome.
The name matches and lives up to he lives up
Nah,
to
you got to. Like what? Like
right, you got to. You give me a mediocre.
Nah, my name is Mordecai.
No, but yeah, no, that's true though. It doesn't like okay, something's
Nah, my name is Mordecai. Like I can't even say it right. I'm not Mordecai. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just fucking.
My brother's a dope person, but he's in Japan. He travels, and that's one thing I love. Just a segue. I love people who travel. Like and explore, and like that's one thing about him. He's worked hard, and he's enjoying the fruits of his labor. Let me put it like that. I was like, you go to Japan and you enjoy, because like that's awesome. I'm happy. That was a dream of his for a while.
Well, shout out to Mordecai. Shout out to Mordecai. Wow, man. Like that's like I feel like that's a character you choose in Mortal Kombat. You know what I mean? Like
finish them.